When we think of a director on set,
And action.
a few props may come to mind. A director's chair, a bullhorn, maybe even a beret, and this object. What is this thing? And why do so many directors use it? This is What Is a Director's Viewfinder. Before we go through the looking glass, make sure you subscribe to Studio Binder and click the bell to stay in the know on all things filmmaking. A director's viewfinder, also sometimes referred to as a director's eyepiece, is a handheld optical tool that helps directors and cinematographers preview shots without a camera. Dwight Lindsay, the founder of viewfinder manufacturer Lindsay Optics, explains the utility of the tool.
Cameras can be a bit unwieldy on their tripod with all their electronics and cables, and you probably don't want to move it around all over the set looking to preview the particular shot.
Directors' eyepieces have been part of filmmakers' toolkits since cinema's beginnings. Early cameras didn't allow cinematographers to look through them while filming.
Action!
So a viewfinder would typically be attached to the side of the equipment to give an approximation of what they were capturing. Once reflex finders were introduced, where a mirror behind the lens let camera operators see what they were filming in real time, viewfinders took on a new purpose, allowing directors to get the idea of shots without needing to lug around large film cameras. Today, directors' viewfinders can take several different forms. One of the most common eyepieces is the traditional optical viewfinder. This is a compact, lens-based device which looks a bit like a telescope, allowing you to adjust focal lengths depending on the lens you're planning to shoot with. Typically, the tool also has different aspect ratio settings. Because the traditional optical viewfinder is so lightweight, you'll often see directors wearing it around their neck, making it easily accessible if they want to quickly check out a shot.
Anyway, American Express commercial. Here we go. Can I get my snack?
You're eating it.
For an even more accurate depiction of what a shot will look like, a filmmaker can use a lens finder. These are large pieces of equipment that use the actual lens that it will be shot on and allow you to change the f-stop. This way, a director can take into account any optical aberrations that a lens has, as well as its depth of field. An increasingly common type of viewfinder can be found in your pocket. Smartphone apps like Artemis Pro or Cadridge let filmmakers adjust settings and preview shots with their built-in camera. It's important to keep in mind that while these apps are cheap and accessible, they also aren't as accurate as a lens finder. Since a smartphone's lens typically has a very limited range of focal length, unless you combine the two. Some filmmakers use DSLRs as viewfinders. These cameras may even have viewfinder modes, where they can mimic the sensor a cinematographer plans to shoot on. Roger Deakins, for example, used a Sony Alpha camera to match the sensor of the Arri LF when previewing shots for 1917. Filmmaking often encourages you to buy countless tools to capture the image you want. And the key is to decide which of these tools you need before you go broke. So why would you spend money on a viewfinder? First, it should also be noted that viewfinders range in price. Some high-end lens finders can be around $10,000, but a smartphone viewfinder is around $20. These smartphone options are used by professionals as well. Roger Deakins explains, "It's excellent having Artemis on my iPhone. Since I always have my phone with me, I always have a viewfinder at hand. Not only convenient, but highly accurate." The primary reason to use a viewfinder of any price is to be able to quickly visualize a scene.
It might be better to just play it as a medium shot with the situation.
You can get an idea of a shot without setting up gear or explaining your ideas to the rest of the crew.
Well, that's not bad. Let's do that.
This can be a massive time saver on set. Instead of waiting for lenses to be swapped out, just to swap them back, or moving a huge camera rig, a viewfinder lets you test an idea without causing a big commotion. This may seem like a small thing, but it can make all the difference. Asking a camera team to set up a shot just to discard it can exhaust a crucial part of your crew and make it seem like you aren't sure of what you're doing. Viewfinders are also great substitutes for a camera when a camera isn't available, whether it be on a location scout or during a rehearsal where you want to check blocking through a lens.
Find the Minority Report.
While viewfinders have a variety of uses, they all generally operate similarly. The primary goal when using a viewfinder is to preview a shot as accurately as possible. So your initial step when using one is to make sure its settings are aligned with the camera you intend to shoot on. First, set its aspect ratio. For traditional viewfinders, this can be found on the side of the device, while apps will allow you to change it in their settings. Next, match the focal length of the lens you'll be using. Or, if you don't know which lens you'd like to use, pick the angle you want to shoot from and experiment with different focal lengths. If you're using a lens finder, you can match the sensor size to your camera. And of course, your focal length will already match your lens's focal length. The rest is up to you. The beauty of a viewfinder is that its purpose is experimentation. Look through it at different angles and locations to get a better idea of how you want to shoot a scene. So viewfinders are more than a director's necklace. The devices give filmmakers a comprehensive feel for a shot, while saving time and manpower. If you want to avoid scrambling for shots on set, plan using Studio Binder storyboarding and shot listing software. Until next time, keep searching for that perfect shot.